Welcome to Open edX, the open source platform and community that powers many of the online courses and programs you see around the world.
The open source community, there's a lot of sharing of ideas, especially around course development and what approaches work for building courses.
There's a strong developer community supporting the Open edX platform, but there's also a broad network of communities of practice that you can get involved with.
I think one of the things that's great about the Open edX community is how generous people are. People are always willing to share feedback and ideas and things that have worked for them. So whether that's on the Slack channel or face-to-face at the conference or even in the discussion forum, you can always get some ideas and feedback.
The educators community of practice members support each other by sharing new techniques, design approaches, and together we form a human knowledge base.
And I think, one of the exciting things actually about Open edX and the fact that this group is so willing to share is that there are so many opportunities to look at what other people are doing, to look, into their classes, to look into their approaches, and to get to see what everyone in this community is doing. And that makes your work better.
What's great about it is there's a lot of unique, smart, talented people working in this space. And when all of us share collectively as this open source community, everyone gets better at what they do, at what they build, and that's really exciting to me.
There is always this risk that you're operating in a box, but I think that the Open edX community kind of helps take you out of that box.
I contribute to the Open edX community through open source tools. I really like figuring out how to make things easier for people, especially if you're running a lot of classes or if you want to do things that you don't think the platform can do. That's where I want to chip in. It's been really cool to see other people use what I make.
There's also a community of developers, so if you're coming more from the technical side, there's a group of people that are really willing to help lean in and support you in making the best use of our open source platform.
It's so exciting to see that moment where a new developer realizes that they can contribute that feature they want to contribute. And it's really exciting when someone who originally was struggling to make a pull request or struggling to diagnose the problem of a bug, to see them really get going and open a bunch of different pull requests and feel like they're part of the community.
Whenever I want to know exactly how does the Open edX platform work, I look directly at the code. Being open source allows me to make advanced customizations to meet specific customer business needs. And when we need help, it's great to know that there is an enthusiastic community behind willing to support.
In particular, I like to think of the work I do as doing the work to make it easier for other developers to work on the platform. So anything that makes lives for other people to make the platform better, easier, that's where I'm working.
Being open source first, you can get access to the code, you can modify, you can incorporate your new technology, you can share experiences and so on and so forth, which makes a very enriching experience for everybody.
I love that if I see a problem, I can go fix it. I love that I can just dig into every piece of code that has an issue or that I don't understand, and it's there and I can understand it.
I like that we're building an open source platform that anyone around the world can use to learn. It's extremely rewarding to know that what we build today will be used to help educate people tomorrow.
The people that work on it rarely work on it just because they have to. Usually anybody, especially in the education technology sphere, it's because the mission and the values are important to them. So you get to work with other people who have values that are aligned with yours and who want to make a difference like we do.
I think the exciting thing to see with Open edX is all of these developers, all of these course creators, they are committed to that process, not just with their students, but they're committed to that process within the community. And I think that's a really exciting thing to see. I think that's a really exciting thing to be part of. And I think that's a really valuable thing to be part of.
Yeah, I think I'm the luckiest man in the world. I think we're building software that really has the possibility of transforming the lives of learners across the world. And some of the projects that I know of that are using Open edX are really, really kind of important and transformational. So just to be even a small part of that is really just amazing.
Thank you.